Hello, I'm live, but I'm also fixing my camera. How you guys doing? All right. Welcome. What's going on? So we are doing Q&A about the standard. This is it. It's our last day. It's time to pull the trigger. If you're doing the standard, this is the day. I just want to make sure that we've got audio is good. Everyone can hear. We're in good shape.
I'm not seeing anything yet.
Okay. We wait. Oh yeah, it just says it went live 1 second ago. Okay. Hi guys. I'm just making sure we've got audio and that everyone can hear me and that we're live and it's good before I dive in. How we doing? We good? Give me a sign. Sign from the universe. We've got a thumbs up. I think that means we have a sign. All right, welcome. I am Sandra Funk, and this is our Q&A all about the standard. So the standard is a business template for interior designers, and today is all about answering your questions. What's going on with your business? Why haven't you enrolled yet? What do you need to know about the standard? I'm here for you, so this is a great place for you to just, comment your questions. Let us know what you need to talk through, and we are here for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am scriptless, so Sarah's going to jump in if I need to tell you more things that I am forgetting. And I am going to dive into some questions. So let's do it. Keep those questions coming. Super excited to talk to you about what's going on in your business. So number one, I don't have a ton of extra time. How long does it take to implement the standard? Well, I must tell you that you are probably in very good company as a business owner with not a lot of extra time because naturally, we don't have a lot of extra time, right? We are running our lives, we are running our businesses, we always have so many ideas. There's tons of stuff to do at any one time as an entrepreneur. So I feel you, and also you'll be surrounded by other entrepreneurs who also run beautiful, busy lives. A big part of the standard is getting your systems and your business locked down tight and under control. So it actually feels like you have more time to go on a vacation or dig in on an endeavor or something that you've been thinking about doing but haven't had time to do. One of the things I hear from standard members all the time is that you actually get quite a bit of your time back because you get so organized and so systematized. So that's something to look forward to. But also, how long does it take to implement the standard? It depends on the size and scale of your firm, right? So if your firm is 10 employees and 30 clients at a time, it might take a long time to gently shift the trajectory of that Titanic-like sized firm, right? Yeah, you got a big firm with a lot going on. You've got to train employees. You've got to get the current clients through whatever they're doing now, whatever you're contractually in agreement with now before they can start on the standard way. So it's going to take a little bit longer versus you are you have one or two clients, you have one human show or maybe one sidekick employee, freelancer person, etc. And you are going to gobble up this information, and the next client who signs on, you're going to do the standard way, right? Then it might move pretty quick for you. So the whole point of us doing the standard as a self-directed, you do it at your own pace and lifetime access is because everyone is going to take a different amount of time to implement and to integrate into their firm. So it's not a one size fits all because none of your firms are the same in size or how quickly you move or how big your team is, none of that, right? So I would say to you, in general, it's somewhere between 6 weeks and 6 months, depending on the size of your firm. Yeah, there are 6 modules to digest. And again, if that's you digesting them and turning around and implementing, maybe it's 6 weeks. If it's you digesting it, looking at how it fits with your firm, training your employees, and then implementing, we might be more on the 6-month mark. Make sense? Awesome. All right. I'm a solopreneur. Will the standard work without a team? Absolutely. So I was a one-woman show when I first started my business. I was bootstrapping from my guest room, then my attic, then my basement. And it took me a little while before I was able to start kind of pulling in first an intern and then an assistant and then a bookkeeper, right? And I started to go really, really slow in the beginning. And listen, I have a lot of one human shows out there who don't want to grow at all. They want to stay one human show. They do not want any hiring, firing, HR in their worldview. Yeah. And that's okay too. We have tons and tons of one human shows running design firms beautifully on the standard system. So the beauty of the standard for someone who's a solo is that when you're a solo, you are doing it all, right? You're doing the marketing and the networking and the client communication and the follow-up with the vendors and the trades and the design work, right? And then all the putting it together to actually make the design work presentable to a client. So boards and CAD, whatever it is that you do, everyone does it differently, right? But when you're doing it all, there are so many little details that can easily fall through the crack. I remember because I used to wake up in the middle of the night at like 3 a.m. every single night and have a notebook by the side of my bed and jot down all the stuff that I'm like, did I call that client back? Did I request a CFA? Did I remember to tell the contractor that that's actually a bow front piece of cabinetry and not flat? Because I'm not positive that my drawings translated that well enough, and I need to make sure that they're sure, right? Like all the little stuff in my head would be coming out at 3 a.m. and I'd be getting those sleepless nights. Instead, now everything is in a system, right? My requests for quotes are so thorough. There's nothing that can be falling through the cracks. I have a management system that I work through step by step by step. So I click complete everything that I am done with. The next morning I wake up, I open this client and I see, oh, this is the next thing that needs to happen for this client to move them forward. The other client, this is the next thing that needs to happen, right? So organized that you can actually sleep like a cute little baby because you're not worried about all the things you're forgetting because they're all there laid out for you step by step by step. So yes, solos love the standard. We are seeing insane progress and tons and tons of growth. So love to see you in here. All right, we got another question, but first we need a drink of water. How you guys all doing? Okay, I've been in business for 5 years and my pipeline has always been all over the place. Will the standard help me have a more consistent workload? Definitely. The feast and the famine and the feast and the famine and the feast and the famine is very normal for a young interior design firm. And it can even feel that way as you get further along in your career. But one of the things that we're going to talk through on the standard is getting to more consistency with your pipeline. And we have a wonderful potential client process that really helps you go through and make sure that you're only working with dream clients. It's really good about vetting and making sure you've got great clients. And then we have such an incredible client experience built throughout the entire standard that your clients will be telling their friends, they'll be calling you back for their next house, for their guest house, for their vacation house, whatever it is. And they'll be telling their friends that you are so organized and so thorough and so clearly communicative and such a joy to work with that you are going to be getting all of those wonderful referrals. And when we start to get tons and tons of referrals, we can really start to say, this is the size and scope of project. This is the area where I want to work. And you start to build out a pipeline so that there's people waiting to work with you. So you might say to someone, I'm looking to start projects at the end of the summer. My next opening to start projects is, early winter, whatever that is. And it's just normal and natural for them to say, okay, yep, I'm going to get this lined up. I'm going to start working on my inspiration images. I'm going to get some clarity around what I want. Maybe I'm going to start interviewing some of those contractors you're recommending. I'm going to start doing the financing and making sure that I've got my home equity line of credit ready for this renovation or whatever I'm doing or build. But you can stand in a space that says, I'm worth waiting for. You do not have to be ready today to take on every project that comes your way. When you do that, you end up in that feast, right? Where you're so overwhelmed and you've taken on too much and you're spazzy busy. And maybe you even start hiring employees because you can't get it all done. And then that drops off and you're looking around going, oh my gosh, do we have another client? Instead, calm down, know your worth, and start to build out pipeline and say, I've got, my focus is full right now. I'm going to be starting my next projects right when I'm wrapping up that last one. I'm going to be starting your project at this point, really going to show you how to build it out so that you control the workload so that you aren't feeling like you're constantly on a roller coaster emotionally, financially, and stress-wise too, because that roller coaster is so stressful, right? Oh my gosh, how am I going to get all this work done? To, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay rent? To, oh my gosh, how am I going to get all this work done? It is so emotionally draining for a business person. And instead we want to walk through and talk through systems and processes to make it a more consistent workflow. Let's do that, shall we? Mm-mm-mm. Okay. I see a bunch of you here with me. Are you debating enrolling? Do you have questions? What's going on with you? I would love to hear from you. Tell me in the chat. What's going on? How come you're here and not over at interiordesignstandard.com enrolling? You just got to tell me and we'll talk it through. I would love to hear from you and would love to just like help you through that. All right, we have another question. Are we ready? I've invested in other courses, but have gotten little in return. What makes the standard different? So I get it. There's a lot out there right now. Our industry went from like crickets, how do you get help, to holy mackerel, everyone's a coach. And that is amazing. That means that that mindset is shifting into helping one another, into sharing what we've learned. And I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm also going to tell you what the standard is the place to be. Okay. I built the standard in 18 and 19, and we launched it in 2020. So we were already building the standard before this explosion of coaching and courses came into the market in the middle of the pandemic. And I have 20 years of interior design experience, right? I have done what I am teaching you. I am not someone from outside of the industry or from a different industry telling you a good way to run a general business, right? I am an interior designer with a business background and a finance degree who has run an interior design firm for 18 years and is giving you the best of what worked for me. Step by step, download by download, template by template. Exactly what I did to create from scratch, alone in my basement, right? A 7-figure firm with national press, AD Pro, Elle Decor, amazing, incredible clients, right? $1.5 million projects, $500,000 projects, like the good, meaty, beautiful design work. Great little studio, great little team. I am teaching you exactly what I did to create that, step by step by step, for you to take and do that on your own. It is not inspiration and encouragement alone, although I am inspiring and encouraging, I've been told. It is the exact things that you need to do to make it happen. And it's not me telling you, you need to now go document all of your processes. You need to now go analyze your financial data. You need to now go create an incredible client experience. I am not just telling you that these are important things to do. I am walking you through and showing you and giving you the exact spreadsheet, the exact template, the exact ideas on how to execute it, like drop it directly into your firm. I'm not saying template your communication. I'm giving you my communication already templated, but it's all editable so you can make it your own, right? Add your voice, add your flavor, make it work for your business, your location, your size, the size of your team, all of it. So that is what makes the standard different, is that it is so thorough. It is drop into your firm. It is this incredible community of encouragement and rah-rah and constant, communication with the over 900 standard members. And then I have an incredible team who does amazing customer service and is there for you to answer questions and all the things. We also have our community calls where we get together and talk through things. You can ask your questions. You meet the other interior design standard members. And really, one of the great benefits of the standard is our community. So we really help and encourage that you find your friends inside of the standard design community and that you have long-term relationships with other business owners in your industry that you can lean on and collaborate with and talk to and work together to solve problems. And that's been one of the biggest kind of surprises, right? Is the incredibly encouraging community and supportive community. So I encourage you to really look around and talk to standard members and we have amazing success stories and testimonials on our Instagram page right now. I have a spreadsheet because we're super organized. That's kind of our MO. I have a spreadsheet of I think we have over 200 testimonials in the spreadsheet right now, categorized, organized, because that's who we are. The standard changed my life like this, or the pricing model did this for me, or we have such a plethora of wonderful, wonderful feedback from our community. And it is because we are not just giving them good ideas. We are giving them the actual tools to execute and transform their business. And they come back to us and they tell us all their stories, which is amazing. So yeah, welcome you to do it.
Congratulations, Rhonda.
Rhonda, thank you for joining the Interior Design Standard. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Your business is about to completely transform. And naturally, when your business transforms to profitable and joyful and full of balance, your life transforms, right? Imagine having more time and more money to actually go and live that big, beautiful life that you have. Rhonda, I cannot wait to meet you and watch your business transform. Thank you for investing in you. All right, we have another question. Echo says, what formats do the templates come in? Example, I use Microsoft Office base versus Google Docs. Is it convertible to different software? Absolutely. So we are, one of the concepts that we had when we built the standard was that we didn't want it to have to be a tech conversion for you. We didn't want it to be built in one program that everybody has to use that program. We really believe when we talk about like our clients, we believe in meeting them where they are and making it so simple to work with our firm. And we took that same concept when we built the standard for our designers. We don't want you to all have to be in the same software or do the same things the same way. You can take that information and use it in any program that you see fit. So it's all cut and paste and drop into both. So if you have task management software, you can cut and paste and drop it into whatever you're currently using. Google, Microsoft, whatever you're currently using, we can make that work. Same thing with your design software. So Design Manager, Studio Designer, Wacora, Designer Link, Designer Advantage, whatever. You can use the concepts of how to run your business in any program that you're currently running. All right. Taylor asks, do you help designers grow by teaching about better wholesale pricing structures, etc.? For example, I'm a solo designer and I'm struggling relying on just design fees, but struggling with utilizing to the trade due to clients not using receiving warehouses. Okay, so Taylor, yes, there's an entire module that's called, it's about vendor and trade relationships. And that module dives deep into exactly this. Not only how to build great relationships with your trades and vendors, how to make sure that you're communicating, setting boundaries and expectations, but also buying power. I dive deep into why it's so important to buy to the trade, how to do that, what it's about, what buying power looks like, how to price your services so that your increased buying power over the years that you're going to be in business helps increase your bottom line. So I'm going to go through all of that with you. I'm going to give you exactly how I did it, how I made it work, how I became extremely profitable in my business. I'm going to give you all those tips and tricks and the structure to make that work 100%. It's all in there. All right. Bona says, hi, Sandra. Is this also beneficial to interior decorators as well? I know the work and processes are a bit different between decorators and designers. So Bona, we work the spectrum. So from decorators to online designers who just give ideas and don't even specify goods, to those who specify goods through a program like Side Door or something, to build, renovate, people that, do huge renovations on homes to building from scratch. So the standard really does run the spectrum, because I would take jobs where I just did furnishings or I did builds from scratch. So I ran the spectrum, and the process of interior design is the same, right? We just do less detailed or fewer meetings, right? If we don't need to do a framing meeting and a plumbing meeting and a lighting meeting because we're only doing decorative stuff, then we just complete those tasks as we're going through the process. If we need to add a meeting because we're going all the way back to, siting the home on the land because we're doing a build from scratch, we add a meeting. Okay. So it is all flexible and customizable to the size and scope of the job that you're doing. But the concepts and the baseline of setting up a new client, meeting with them to really understand who they are and what they desire, taking stock of the existing home, right? Doing all the measurements and the photos, documenting the space, to conceptual design so that we make sure that we're on the same page, to detailed design so that they actually have like all of what they need to execute the job, and then purchasing and execution. For those that are doing purchasing and execution, they go through that part. For people who are handing off ideas and not doing purchasing and execution, complete, right? So you take I'm giving you the full thing, and then you take what you need from it. And if you have a custom situation where you need to add more layers because you're doing, a big, I don't know, you're doing a theater and you need a sound engineer and you need to add a meeting because that's not in my normal template, right? Then you do so. So it's completely flexible and editable to make your own, but the structure of a project is in there for you. And the details of the step by step to go through it are in there as well. So yes, we have tons of, we run the gamut inside of our, again, our community is over 900 designers strong, 22 countries and counting. And we fully run the gamut on from decorators to full build from scratch to landscape architects, design only, virtual. We really do have a ton of diversity inside of our design industry in the standard, which is cool. All right, guys, another question. Let's do it. Being a solopreneur, I am currently drowning, so the thought of starting the standard just seems daunting with my schedule. My husband has been thinking of coming on to help structure my business to help. Is this something that someone like him could take and be beneficial, or solely the owner? Oh my gosh, no. Run, don't walk to this this idea. I love the idea of an integrator or a COO or a husband who wants to help taking the standard and helping unfurl this into a very busy business. So I love the idea of the owner of the business also being in it from a standpoint of watching the videos and understanding why we do what we do, right? Getting the inspiration, getting the why and the understanding behind it. But I love the idea of handing off the actual templates and the downloads and the meat to someone who is a doer, someone who is naturally an integrator or a doer, an executor. And we've seen standard members do this, hire a freelancer to just implement the standard. We've seen them hand this to an intern who is a doer, who is somebody who is self-directed and can read through the templates, download the templates, bring them into your firm, put your logos all in, put your branding all in, put your names all in. Like, it's a great thing to hand off to someone who can do this with you. So number one, as a solo who's super busy, the drowning busyness, you are the person that I made the standard for. I was you, right? I was a solopreneur drowning in busyness, knowing that I needed systems, knowing that I needed to have help, knowing that I needed processes, knowing that I needed structure. I needed a better way to pipeline projects so that they were more consistent and it was less feast or famine all the time. I made this for the me who was in business a couple of years in and needed all of this knowledge and had to go out and find it over a decade in business before I finally really started to figure this stuff out and fix it and run that business right and clean. And so this is exactly who it's for, because your business will transform from the drowning feeling to one of great success and one of great confidence, because you'll have just so much faith that you're operating your business on the new standard in our industry, right? Again, we're over 900 designers strong. The tide is turning to businesses that are full of joy and profit and balance, right? Where we understand exactly what needs to happen. So if you want to take on help and you want to be able to delegate, easy, because it's all documented and written out. If you want to do it all yourself still, that's totally fine. Like I said, you're going to be sleeping through the night like a baby because you know exactly where you left off with each project that you're working on. It just lets you get a handle on things. It is all about systems and confidence and knowing that you're doing it right, knowing that your pricing is going to let you be profitable and that your clients are going to love it, knowing that you're going to have a beautiful client experience with clear communication, clear expectations, clear boundaries, and you're going to have frictionless, joyful interactions with your clients, which is really so fabulous. Because I don't know, when I was running my business, like I was just fighting fires all the time, it wasn't really frictionless because my clients were chasing me around for answers. Now I am always ahead of the curve, right? I'm always communicating with them every single week with clarity and conciseness so they can just relax, right? Their anxiety level goes down because they know we are going to take care of them. I joke about this all the time. Like, imagine all of you designers who have all these products on order and all these projects going with the different trades, right? What if everyone that you were doing business with sent you an email once a week that said, here's everything that we're working on together. Here's where everything falls status-wise. Here's if you owe me money or if I'm waiting on anything from you to be able to move forward. Like, what if every one of your vendors said, here's every single thing I've got for you and here's where it all stands? What if you didn't have to chase them around for a status update or for like more, or do you have everything you need from me? Can I get an order acknowledgement? Did this make it to the receiver? Can I get some tracking on that, right? What if you didn't have to chase them around? So now I want you to put yourself in your client's shoes. And I want you to feel what it's like that your clients have to chase you around to get answers, right? So solve that. Become this incredible person that they work with, that is so consistently communicating with them. That's buzzworthy. That's worth talking about, right? They're going to go tell their friends who are working with an interior designer who goes missing, right? For long points of time. I gave her a bunch of money and she goes missing. I've heard that story about 1,000 times. When people find out I'm a designer, they often tell me their horror stories of their designers that they've worked with. And the truth is, we don't have to be that way. It is so simple. And I will show you how to meet your clients where they are and create just an incredible experience so that they aren't feeling the anxiousness of having to chase you around. It changes everything. Echo, welcome to the Interior Design Standard. I am so happy for you. You are going to love our community, your business once it transforms. I am so excited for you, and I am so very impressed that you have decided to invest in yourself and become that next level of entrepreneur, because things are about to change immensely. Amazing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Joni says, does it work for restaurant and commercial projects too? Absolutely. Yes. So we have residential designers, commercial designers, again, architectural designers, cabinet designers, landscape architects. We really run the gamut. There is such a wide, beautiful variety of designers, but we all are following those high standards, that process, and going through the design process. So you can use this. There's a beautiful group of designers who do commercial work. And if you come on inside to the inner circle, Joni, I will introduce you to all those commercial designers as well. So you can all kind of work together on best practices. Awesome. All right. How long do I have access to the standard? Forever. So this is one of my favorite things. Once a standard member, always a standard member. You have lifetime access to the program, to the whole kind of knowledge center. We are often making tweaks and edits and updates. So probably like once a year, we will go in and just any things that have shifted in the industry or details that we are updating. So we're always making the standard better, always sharpening the pencil. And so we want you to have access to the standard, not a timestamp of 2024, but the lifetime of the product, it is yours. So once a standard member, always a standard member. All right. I've watched every episode of Design Sips. I've attended your workshops. I know that the standard is the next best step, but I am letting fear hold me back. How do I get over it and take the plunge? Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that you are here in the community and you're feeling it, right? Your gut is telling you that the standard is for you, but we have to choose. We have to choose that inner knowing, that higher wisdom, that gut that is telling you, I know the standard is the next best step. We have to choose that higher wisdom inside of us over the fear. Okay. So this is going to get like oovy groovy, but our higher wisdom is our gut intuition. It's what makes you binge watch Design Sips or come here to this chat, right? You know that the standard is for you, but that fear that's ego based. And that's that side of you that says, are you sure you should take that cute little path in the forest because there might be a saber-toothed tiger down there, right? Our ego is like way back trying to protect us from change, okay? It goes back to caveman days when trying new things wasn't always a good idea. Are you sure we should eat that berry? It might be poison. Are you sure we should take that path? There might be a saber-toothed tiger, right? That's where our ego tries to keep us in sameness, right? Don't step out and do something new. Don't step out and take a risk. Your ego wants you to stay right where you are because right where you are is known and in this archaic way, safe. okay? But your inner knowing, your intuition is your soul speaking to you. And your soul is saying, there's more to life. You can have it all. You can evolve your business. You can grow. You can change. And that's that gut feeling that brought you here today. So who's going to win? The archaic ego who wants you to stay exactly like you are. Again, serves a great purpose, right? Saves us from all kinds of weird stuff. Like, oh, look, the Grand Canyon's so pretty. What if I just tip in, right? Saves us from a lot of bad things, but isn't needed here, right? What's to fear? What's to fear about your business becoming more efficient, more profitable? What's to fear about me showing you how to work with clients who are more in alignment with who you are and your aesthetic and how you communicate and what you're about, right? What's to fear about being surrounded by over 900 designers who also believe that we're stronger together and that encourage and love one another and raise each other up? What's to fear? Listen, there's fear. I get it. It's real. I'm not saying it's not real. Let's talk about it more specifically. What is the fear? What are you afraid is going to happen that's not positive if you do the standard? All right, I want to circle back. I want to hear more about the details on that one, please. All right, is the standard all live or modules at your own pace? The standard is recorded videos of me explaining why we do what we do, kind of some the why behind the template or the lesson or whatever is going on. And then there's detailed downloads and modules and information for you, from email templates to spreadsheets to the whole process of how to walk through a design project. There's a million. There's like a million different like tangible things for you to implement into your firm, and it is at your own pace. So you can do the standard over 6 weeks, 6 months, and you have lifetime access to it. So it is yours to reference for as long as you want. So we have lots and lots of alumni who do the standard once a year with their team. They sit down and they go back through it. It's also an incredible way to train a new employee or to sharpen the pencil or to go back through and say, okay, last year we went through it and we implemented all the things that we needed and we did the things. This year, we're going to go back through and we're going to deepen our understanding. We're going to look for the things where we could take it a little further. We could sharpen the pencil and make it a little better, right? So we have standard members who go through the program annually with their team, which is a really great way to like refresh everybody, stay up to date, and be reinvigorated with the concepts behind it. Alrighty. Okay. As a kitchen and bath designer, I want to transition into adding a full service design to include furnishings and stage ready. Can you help me? Buying will be new to me. Yes, purchasing furnishings and such. Yeah, definitely. Transitioning from kitchen and bath to full designer this would be a great program for you. It'd be great to see the design process from top to bottom all the way through. We talk about vendors and trades. So, getting into purchasing power and buying to the trade and how to set all that up, how to price it, how to do all of the things. Absolutely. This would be a great place for you to round out that skill set and round out your offerings, as well as to connect with other designers in our industry who have done this transition. We absolutely have kitchen and bath designers, and we also have designers who have transitioned from whatever they were doing to wider or to more niched. So getting into the group and, saying, this is the transition I'm going through. Is there, I'd like to connect with some other designers who are in that world. This would be a really great thing for you. And you can kind of create an accountability group or a little, design group around that, and or pair up with other designers who are doing the full thing of where you're headed and pick their brain, right? And you can be a resource to them because you're such an expert at kitchen and bath. It's a really nice trade-off, right? You can answer their questions about kitchen and bath, and they can answer your questions about all the furnishing side of it. So yeah, there's so much room for you to flourish in this program with that background. Yep. Since it is recorded, can you sign up at any time? So we have the standard open 2 times a year. We are open today. We close at midnight tonight. So this is the day to sign up. And then we do that every 6 months. And with this, the program we're going through, we are, providing customer service, we are providing community calls, and we're putting together accountability groups to make sure that we help you find your other designer besties inside the program. So yeah, twice a year, and today is the last day. Midnight tonight is it, guys. So let's do this thing. Now is the time. No time like the present. All right. If modules are at your own pace, how long does it take to get through it? So the standard is so once you're a member, you're always a member, and it's self-paced. So you can take as much time as you need to go through the program. We have designers who kind of zip through high level, watch the videos, get a high level taste of it in a weekend, and then they start going back through module 1 and implementing, right? So they feel like they got through it in a weekend, but they haven't even, it's like the tip of the iceberg, right? Because there's so much meat and so much more detail in the program when you start digging into all of the details. And then we have designers who, slowly put it together over time. It is completely up to you. And it's going to vary depending on how big your firm is, right? If you're a one human show with one client, you might implement that standard pretty quickly. And the next client you sign might be going through the standard way. If you are a big firm with lots of clients, that's a bigger ship to turn, right? You may need to train employees and wait for client projects to complete before you start the next ones under the standard principles. So yeah, it's completely custom to you, and take all the time you need because it's yours for life. Do I need clients before I can do the standard? No, you don't. We have tons of designers who start the program as they're setting up their business. And that might be a career change, or you've worked for someone else for a long time and you want to get your firm started out on the right foot with the right principles in action. So we have seen lots of designers use the standard as they are starting out and have great success with it. A lot of times it is, kind of going through it and setting up your business right. And then as your business grows, you might go deeper into the program, right? Like in the very beginning, you're not going to need the build your dream team module because it's all about HR and maybe you're a solopreneur. So you might skim through that just so you have a general understanding, but come back to it when it's time and you're ready to start hiring employees. So it's there for you for life, and it's super deep and detailed, but you take what you need and you keep coming back to take it to the deeper and deeper levels as you go. When do we start the standard? Right freaking now. So you can go to interiordesignstandard.com and check out right now, because we are open today. This is the last day of enrollment for this 6 months. And when you check out, you are going to be in the modules immediately. They are all there for you at your fingertips. You can run right over to the community and start introducing yourself and get signed up and start to meet your people. And we're going to start having community calls soon and get to know you and make sure that we facilitate you getting to know all the standard members that are out there, just waiting to meet you and waiting to welcome you into the program. All right, guys. Got a question. I've been in business for 12 years and have a lot of processes in place, but I know they could be more streamlined. Will the standard work for a veteran like me, or is it just too late in the game? Girl, it's never too late. Girl or boy or whoever you are, it is never too late. We have standard members who have been in business for 20 years, 30 years, and are coming into the standard to sharpen the pencil, to, make it a little bit tighter, to go through the program and pick up a tip or two, or streamline something, or clarify that their pricing is as good as it can be, or to up-level their client experience, right? If they're not getting the referrals and the repeat business that they would want, this is a great place to come in and sharpen that pencil and just refine and make it that much better. Also, it's an incredible entree to the community, right? And a community of other interior design entrepreneurs. We absolutely have tons who are in that 10 to 15 year range of owning a business. And like I said, I've got a 30-year veteran who bought the standard because she was getting ready to sell her business and knew that one of the things that must be done before you can sell your business is to document all of your processes. And so wisely, instead of spending tens of thousands of dollars on some consultants to come in and document her whole firm. She bought the standard, dropped it into her firm, made it her own, and is able to turn around and put her business up for sale as a documented, systematized business. Brilliant. So yes, you are never too late. I thought the standard was going to be more for like that designer at a certain number of years in her business, and I have been proven wrong. We have over 900 members, and they run from just starting my business and wanting it to be started properly on the right framework, all the way to 30-year veteran selling my business. So I stand corrected. It is for you. If you are a design entrepreneur and you want to run a better business that is more profitable, more joy-filled, and more balanced, meaning you can have more life in your life, then the standard is for you. Awesome. Why are we only open 2 times a year? Because that's what we're doing. That's how we got it set up right now. That might change. We're considering change, but yes, right now we are open today until midnight, and then that cohort heads off into the sunset with all their new knowledge and their new friends and their new design besties. And then we are open again. What are we? October or September now? So we are open again in the spring. That's how we're running it right now, and I'll let you know if that changes. Can I just purchase parts of the standard? No. Can I just purchase parts of whatever it is that you offer? No. The standard is one holistic system, right? The pricing model is supported by the strong design agreement. The design agreement only works because we have the process that allows us to actually run a project that efficiently, to make sure that we actually are profitable based on our design fees, right? So the design fee calculator, the furnishings budget, the contract, the processes, the way that we purchase and the way that we mark up, all of that is dovetailed together. It works as one complete system, one complete business model. And if I give you just one little piece of it, it doesn't all hang together. So it is one big program that I highly recommend you do, you implement from top to bottom, and it will in fact completely revolutionize your business. Hillary, congratulations and welcome to the Interior Design Standard. I am so proud of you for investing in yourself and your business. You know that you are about to go from wherever you are now to way past, and that is amazing. It's going to be just a joy to get to know you and to watch your business grow. Awesome. Congrats. All right. What type of support is offered? So we have an incredible team, and we are here for you all the time. So we have inside of our program, we have a great little link where you can send your questions to our support team at any time. And during business hours, you'll hear back from us, and we will get you all your questions answered. We have an incredibly built out FAQ World program because we are, again, over 900 standard members over the last 4 years, something like that. And so we have tons of, we've kind of come across a lot of the questions already. So we have tons of answers ready for you that we are going to point you to and get you directed. And of course, we're here for you if you have any further questions that we haven't seen yet. We love those. New ones are always fun. We also have this incredible community of designers who are all together in a collaborative environment where, think tanking and just needing some encouragement, that kind of support is happening in the community. We're keeping a close eye on that community all the time to make sure that everything is supportive and uplifting. And then we have community calls as well. So part of being in the standard is having access to 3 community calls with me and your standard cohort, the group that's going through the standard with you this fall or spring. And we'll be doing trainings and Q&A and also introductions so that you get to meet your design besties and find your people inside the program. Did I miss anything? No, that's it, y'all. But yes, we're here for you. Lots of support. I've been trying to decide if it's the right time for me to do the standard for a while. The cost is holding me back. All right, well, so here's the deal. You've been just trying to decide if it's the right thing for a while, and the cost is holding you back. But the cost is going to be holding you back again in 6 more months if you don't take the standard, because nothing's going to change, right? The cost only seems prohibitive now because you're not making as much money as you could make inside the program, right? In 6 months from now, if you do the standard today, and you pull the trigger and you commit and you believe in yourself and you take that plunge, in 6 months from now, you will be laughing about the cost of the program. I know this because I have so many alumni who are like, I was all stressed about how much it was costing, and I made my money back in the first project that I did the standard way after buying the program. The first project. So think about that. Do you do more than one project a year? Yes. Are you going to be in business for more than 1 year going forward? Yes. So what if you made at least $4,500 more on the next project that you did, and the next, and the next, and the next, and for the rest of your career? What if that is just the minimum benefit of what comes out of investing in yourself, right? Just the bare minimum. Then you got to come to the realization that I've had stories from designers where they're like, I just made $60,000 more on the project that I completed than I would have made if I had run it the old way, the way that I used to do it. $60,000 more on one project. All right, that's Danielle Felicione. She just gave us this email testimonial and told us, use it, share it. She said, I went back because she had done the budget and she had done the design fee prior to taking the standard. And she took the standard and she said, I basically, took a long weekend and just dove so deep into the standard to understand the pricing model and to understand the agreement, and changed everything for this client that she was about to present her fees and her budget. And she was like, I am going to devour the standard and make sure that I've got this proposal right, because it's a big job, and she wanted to make sure she had it right. She went back to her numbers, what was written, the pitch that was written, right, that she was going to present, and then the pitch that she revised and wrote according to the standard and ended up selling and ended up doing the entire project. Okay, Danielle's been a standard member for years now. She completed the project and went back to the analysis and made $60,000 more because she changed that proposal, the budget, the pricing, all of it, to do it the standard way. And the client loved it. The client completely enjoyed the process, the project, and is a super fan. So please understand, right now it seems cost prohibitive, but it will be laughable in 6 months from now. You won't even recognize how you feel about profit and abundance and wealth, because everything is about to shift. That is one of the main things that I'm going to teach you. Again, I have a finance degree, business process background. I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur, fell in love with interior design, went into this industry, struggled for my first 8-10 years with everybody else because I was doing it the classic way. And then I had a come to Jesus moment where I was like, I am going to tear it down. I cannot stay in business if I'm going to stay in business this way of working my freaking ass off, having so much money coming in the front door and so much money going right out the back door. The industry way that I was doing it, according to who I had worked for and the people that the research I did and the books I'd read and the designers that I'd worked for in their firms, was keeping me broke. Honestly, I was just surviving. I was just able to keep the doors open. I was just able to pay my rent. I was just able to pay myself a little something and pay my team. Like I wasn't in debt. I was surviving, but I was not in thrive mode. I was not like, we're going to put some money away and we're going to thrive, right? Like I was not making great profit. I was not saying to my husband, I can, I'm making good money now. Like I can pay for this family vacation, right? I was not in that kind of mode. And you won't be in that kind of mode anymore either. All right. We got some questions coming in. You guys have more questions? Hit me with them. All right, you guys, that's a wrap. We don't have more questions. We're wrapping up. You can DM us. I'm at House of Funk Design on Instagram, and we are there ready to chat with you. You can email us. You can call us. We close enrollment tonight, midnight tonight, you guys. So please reach out if you have more questions. It has been my absolute joy and pleasure to be here with you today, and I hope I see you inside the standard. Mwah! Bye, guys. Take care.